2018 BMW M5 first test. I mention my YAM animus because there are certain cars I don't like. Without unnecessarily sticking it to other manufacturers, I'll just name two BMWs I don't care for. The current G35 series and the previous Gen F10 M5. Let's start with the car the Bavarians no longer make. Although quick, the last M5 was dynamically identical to driving a bank vault with the speedometer constantly pegged at 100 miles per hour. Corpses traditionally have more feeling. Plus, although that humdinger of a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 made copious amounts of power, 550 to 575 horses, depending on the tune, you couldn't hear a feedback of it. Why? Well, the last Gen 5 series was made from the same parts that underpin not only the larger and heavier 7 series but also the much bigger and fatter Rolls-Royce Ghost. So dull was that F10 M5 that the engineers, rightly, felt the need to pipe and fake engine noise through the speakers. Vroom, vroom, as it were. Then there's the new 5 series. Not a fan. I've driven plenty of them, too, 530i, 530e, 540i, and the M550i. Forget about the derivative looks, behind the times interiors, and YAM like, ahem, steering. There's nothing about any G30 that would allow you to jive your behind-the-wheel experience with BMW's shop-worn but still fantastic tagline, the ultimate driving machine. Honestly, I prefer the new Honda Accord, and I've said so repeatedly both in public and private. I don't like those cars. So I had no hope for the new M5. The confusingly coded F90 M5 wouldn't drive anywhere as great as a near-flawless C39 version or be a high-speed bank burner like the glorious, unappreciated in its time, V10 powered E60. The new M5 wouldn't even sport the sinister looks of the OG super sedan, the E28. No, this model is an aesthetic rehash of the mild-looking E34 version, a sleeper if there ever was one, and would obviously drive like a slightly 600 horsepower, but really 592 horsepower, more powerful F80 M5, right? After all, the new M5 had gone all-wheel drive. I mean, if that's not sacrilege, what is? However, after the X5M and X6M, is there really such a thing as sacrilege? Also, gone are both the manual transmission and the dual clutch. Instead, we get an 8-speed automatic. Just like a Toyota minivan. My hate was gearing up. The engine's still muted. On the F10 version, BMW seemed to be faking the sound of the V10 from the E60. On the F90, the soundtrack has been dropped and active, much more of a V8 baritone than what sounded like a V10 before. But it's still phony and psychically annoying. Also, I'm not sure how or why, but the 3-way adjustable steering feel is bad. Comfort is better than Sport, which in turn is better than Sport Plus. Yes, I tried all 3 modes in both AWD and RWD. You can do that, and although the car is more pleasant with 2 wheels being driven than 4, the new M5 just doesn't feel great when turning the wheel. I don't know what else to say. The BMW M5, like the 991.1 Porsche GT3 RS, Carrera GT, Ferrari 458 Italia, and AMG SLS Black Series, is slower, all needing 11.1 seconds to go 1,320 feet. Corvette Z06, 11.2 seconds. That's just plumb wacky. Are you not impressed? Also, the BMW's ridiculous numbers aren't just the result of AWD grip during the launch. The 4-door's 126.7 mph top speed is just 0.3 miles per hour behind the 3,550 pound Z06. Please note, out here in the Golden State, we're, stupidly, pointlessly, frustratingly, running our tests on 91 octane premium, not 93, so in many other places, the M5 will be even quicker. As for the direct competition, the AMG E63S, more than 300 pounds heavier at 4,581, comes closest, doing 11.3 at 124.2 miles per hour. The Audi RS7 takes 11.5 seconds at 120.4 miles per hour, and the RW, the only Caddy CTSP, brings up the rear, doing the quarter in 11.9 at 122.0 miles per hour. Your takeaway: this new M5 is an accelerative monster.